often relate performance in sport with performance in business, particularly with a growth business. If you want a business to grow, you've got to keep pushing it, just like you would do with an athlete or with a sports team. There are so many parallels between business and sport. I'm a qualified bike coach, and just as I use training plans and key training stats, such as heart rate readings and power rate readings, when I coach bike riders, the same is true for business. Growth businesses should really have a business plan, and just like an athlete, they should be monitoring their key financial stats such as cash flow, profit margins. Really, a growth business, I think this should be all about performance. It's how can we do things better, what do we need to change to get more efficient, and really how can we get to the next level. Well, Bearings West is a fusion between corporate commercial legal advice and management consultancy. I've been a corporate commercial lawyer for the last 15 years or so, and also managed a commercial law firm. With the opening of the legal market, the Legal Services Act, I saw that as an opportunity to try and do something slightly different, and Bearings West is really an attempt to try and do that. Traditionally, only law firms really provided legal services to businesses. Now that is no longer the case, and new entrants such as Eddie Stobart and Google with Rocket Lawyer are entering the market. So this means that new models can be applied to the marketplace for advising businesses, and that's the area that Bearings West is really going to tap into. So it's looking at providing services using online, cloud, collaborative tools, and it also means working within the business, so you don't need to have expensive overheads such as city centre offices. Roughly 2 months, would that require something full-time?
Yeah.
Leading up to that point, it happening and then it dying down again.
With Bearings West, I want to try and offer something slightly different and a different approach to businesses. Generally, as a lawyer, you tend to work in a transactional relationship, and what I'd like to do is work in a much more collaborative relationship with clients. I want to work in the business and with the business, and what I try and do is identify areas of weakness with their commercial and corporate documentation and help put that right, and then also look at the systems and structures that they have in place. Look at their business plans. Where do they want to go? Do they want to make any acquisitions or any exits? And I suppose what I'm doing is acting as a sort of non-exec director, where I'm providing an external perspective on the business and really a fresh pair of eyes.
So many sites up there to do one.
Bearings West is really aimed at growth businesses. Having grown a commercial law firm, I know what it takes to grow a business. And when you get over the startup phase, there are lots of issues that growth businesses are likely to face, such as cash flow and overtrading. With growth businesses, funding is a key issue, and whether that's an injection of capital to make an acquisition or indeed just for working capital. And whilst I may not necessarily be able to access funding directly myself, what I can do is utilise the contacts that I've built up over the last 15 years or so with key people like accountants and tax consultants. And I can act as the go-between between the business and those consultants to look at equity funding or loan funding, or indeed just to think slightly out of the box and look at things like R&D tax credits, which of course save on tax and help increase cash flow, all the fuel that's needed for a growing business. I really enjoy working with energetic and exciting business people who get a kick out of growing their business. And what I'm trying to do with Bearings West is to help mentor and guide those businesses through those issues so that they can achieve successful growth.